Wolves at home. Is it too early to say a must-win game for you?
Yes, the second game at home, we lost the first one, so of course we must win this one. We knew before we started the season that we have a tough season, playing with two big teams away, so our points at home, we made once a mistake, but now we cannot allow to repeat it.
Do you expect it to be a similar challenge to the one you faced at home to Bournemouth?
Yes, I think that every game of the Premier League you must expect exactly the same. All of the team has good players, all of them play well, so if you don't play with 100% of intensity, with high pace, with concentration and with good players, you will be difficult to win.
West Ham fans asking me on the social media, is Marko Arnautovic okay? What is the latest with his injury?
Yes, Marco has a small problem behind his knee in the last game. He was not comfortable to play those last minute, but he made all the examination with the doctor and he works with the whole week.
So is he out for Saturday?
Yes.
Yes, he's out. Okay. And how long?
He doesn't have any problem from Tuesday. He started working without problem.
So you have no time scale yet of how long he is out?
He's trained this week.
Excellent. Jose Mourinho this week was unhappy. He said that he had treated with a lack of respect by some sections of the media. Do you always feel in England you've been treated with respect?
No, I don't want to link my answer about what Mourinho said. I think that the media can do the question that they want, and me as a manager, I answer also what I want. I don't want to answer one question because I think it's a lack of respect. Well, I don't answer already, but I think that everyone can be able to ask what they think that they need to ask.
And he talks about winning Premier Leagues too, but you have won the Premier League yourself, so did you find that strange when he said that? Or?
No, really, I didn't know what Mourinho said. So.
On Yaya Toure, his agent, talking about disrespect, his agent came out and said he's not signing for West Ham, he'd never join a bottom of the table side. What did you make of those comments? Because obviously you know Yaya very well. Unfortunately,
the words of the agent of Yaya, because I spoke with Yaya, I know how I appreciate him as a person and as a player. I think that he's a very good player. But in the moment that we were doing our squad list, that position was covered for another players. We need money to bring another position, so we explained to Yaya clearly why he cannot come here. But I hope that he will find a good and a big club because he's a very good player, and I appreciate a lot him.
Was he interested in working with you again, Emanuel?
I always talking with players. I spoke with Yaya. He wanted also to stay in England. When I was in Manchester City, he received also another offer from away, from China, from other country, but he always told me that he wants to stay here in England, and he continue trying to be here. So I suppose that West Ham was a good option for me as a manager also, but unfortunately, as I said, that position was covered for another player.
The transfer deadline around Europe tomorrow and loans. Do you expect any players to leave West Ham tomorrow or any to go out on loan?
No. Really, I said last week that the squad is ready. Today, Josh Cullen go for a loan to another team because he needs to play more games, but he's a young player, but the squad is complete.
I know you mentioned Declan Rice earlier this week, but since one or two ex-Ireland players have criticised him for considering England, given his age, do you think it's unfair that he has received criticism from some?
Maybe it's unfair. I think that is not an easy decision for him. He's a very young player also. I understand that he can feel love for both countries because our grandparents or their fathers are linked with both countries. So he must decide what he thinks that is better for himself, or what, as I said, what his heart tells him what to do.
I know it's not the start you wanted, but how big was the win against Wimbledon on Tuesday? And have you seen a positive effect in training since then?
Was very positive because you need to win a team of the League One. There's two championship of difference between one league. It's not between one team and the other one. It's not easy to do it because I can give you a lot of examples where the team of League One have beaten the teams of the Premier League, especially if you start losing 1-0. But for me, that was the most useful thing of that game because we continue instead that we couldn't score till minute 65. I think it's in 66 of the second half. We continue believing in moving the ball and trying to create a space, and finally we scored 3 goals against a team that maybe he were not able with one player less to attack too much, but they defend very well.
It's the draw tonight. A lot of managers in the Premier League have made a lot of changes, but for you, it's winning a cup. You won this cup. Is this a big trophy for you?
I think that always when you can win a trophy for a club, it's a big trophy. Especially here in England, when if you win this cup or the FA Cup, you win that cup in Wembley with 100,000 people clapping, applauding your team. So always it will be important to win a title.
And finally, Wolves, newly promoted, but spends a lot of money. Does this just show how tough the Premier League is now? There is no favourite for relegation. Everybody's spending.
Yes, of course, because every team has money to bring good players. When you asked me about the first question about that, I told you, you must understand that every game is very difficult because every team has very good players and every team has money to continue bringing good players, and that's why it's the most equalized league on the world and the best one.
Thank you.
Hi, Emanuel. You created plenty of good chances against Arsenal. Some would argue that you were much the better team for a lot of the game. Is it disappointing you that some of those chances aren't being converted into goals?
I am disappointed and not to win that game. I always said when you as a team, you must understand that you are attacking. It corresponds for the 10 players and defend also the same thing for the 11 or the 10 players on the field. So in that game, I was disappointed first not to win. Maybe Arsenal didn't create so many chances to score 3 goals, except when they scored the second goal that we have some minutes that we didn't play well, but the rest of the game I think that they didn't create chances. So maybe our defense didn't play so bad to concede 3 goals, but we did it. We conceded 3 goals. So we must understand that defending all the team, we must improve, because if they didn't create too many chances at they scored 3 goals, something we are not doing well. And in the opposite side, exactly the same. If we create so many chances and we didn't score, something we must improve. So I think that in the general way of analyze my team, we need to improve in attacking and defending. But I think so after we finish that game that we are in the correct way.
How close is the team playing to the way you want them to play?
Close if we see that the game against Arsenal, if we score 3 goals and we concede just 1, maybe it's the moment that we need to have this team. I hope that in the future that will happen.
With Wolves, were you aware of what Nuno Espirito Santo was doing there last season when you weren't in England?
Yes, of course. When I was out here, I was in China, I was always seeing what happened here in the Premier League. I think that Nuno Espirito Santo had made a very good work in Wolverhampton. He made a successful season, not only because he was promoted to the Premier League, because the amount of points that he had in the Championship, that's always so difficult competition. And after that, I saw this week the 3 games that they played before us, and it's a team that they believe in what they do, and they continue doing exactly the same way they did last season.
Are you impressed with the way that they took on Man City, considering some teams, might sit back and they actually really had a go at them?
The results in football, they have so many different things that why they happen, that maybe 2 or 3 balls decide the score. If you ask me, maybe Manchester City deserved to win that game. But I saw the game against Leicester, and Wolverhampton had two options in the first 5 minutes that unbelievable that they score. I mean, you start that game 2-0, maybe they can beat Leicester and they lost again Leicester. So just I was talking against our team against the game against Arsenal. When you have those chances, you must score. So there's a lot of things why the results are not exactly what you said during a game, but I think that's a team that can play against City or against every team of the Premier League in the way they are doing the 3 games, and they are doing very well.
And with the international break coming, does that increase the pressure to get a win before, so that you don't have that gap when everyone goes away without having won?
No, for me, the pressure is exactly the same. If we start this season winning the 3 games, the next game I will have exactly the same pressure, because the pressure that I make myself to have points. Of course, if you add that you don't have points, maybe the pressure of the media, of the atmosphere, can be bigger. But for me, the pressure is always the same.
Can I just ask about Cresswell and the likes of Diop and the players who played well on Tuesday, and how much of a headache is that giving you about who to play on Saturday?
Well, I spoke with the player before we played the cup game that I need to analyze all the performance of all of them, the Premier League and the cup, in the training here every day. Unfortunately for Cresswell, he has a long injury during the pre-season. He just played 45 minutes in the last game of the pre-season. But after that, if we see the game that he played on Tuesday, he did it very well. He was a good player. But Arthur also is doing very well. So that's important to have a good squad. And me as a manager can choose the player that in this moment deserve to play.
Emanuel, you've already mentioned Marco on Arnautovic. Is there any other injury concerns going into Saturday's game?
No, but there's small things that Marco, he's so strong, he's challenged every ball as the last one. So maybe he has some kicks or some different things that may affect him. But he's a strong man and he wants to recover as soon as he can, and he did.
But apart from the other 3 long-term injuries, are there any other concerns with other players?
No. For the moment, I think the players that they have had some history with their injuries, as Jack, he didn't have any problem in all the. Not only that he played all the games, he works every session here with us. Same thing with Antonio. So for the moment, we don't have any problem in that sense.
Wolves played their normal style against Man City when other teams may be a bit more defensive. How concerning is it to you to be coming up against a team that has no fear?
No, I don't agree that they must play because they play against Man City, they must play with more defending. I think that the team must play in the way they work every day. And Wolverhampton seems that they play against any team in the same way. That's the merit of his manager.
And since Nuno took over at the start of last season, Wolves haven't lost when they've taken the lead. How important will it be to get the first goal on Saturday?
No, the important is that our team play well, to try to not concede goal, to try to score as much goals as we can, and all the statistics, I never take too much importance on those things.
And normally this would be the end of the transfer window right now. Managers would be busy trying to improve their squads. Are you glad that it was all that way before the season began, or do you look at your team now and think, I wish I could make some more purchases?
No, I think that we have the squad that I wanted for this season. There's a lot of players that can be also another option, but you must choose in that moment one of them. And I think that we have the correct squad, and I continue believing in all the players. As I just answered about Yaya Touré, that I always want Yaya in my team. But in this moment, we have the squad that we need, the squad that I believe. So if the window was open to bring another player, I don't need it.
The game against Bournemouth was your first at London Stadium. How much have you learned from that in terms of when the performance isn't so great, fans turn against the team? How much have you learned and what have you told your players going into this next game?
Well, I don't need to play one game here to learn more about what I know about this team and about this club. So I hope that the second game we are going to play well as we did part of the game against Bournemouth. We can do it now 90 minutes, and I'm absolutely sure that all of us together we are going to have our first victory.
Thank you. Cameras off.